This is John Young with the Disc Jockey News. I wanted to give you a little bit of a sneak peek on the February 2014 Disc Jockey News. First off, we're starting with Mike Walter. Mike Walter was with us at NAMM 2014 down in Anaheim last week, and he not only did the video stuff with us, but he made a really cool observation that can be applied to bridal show booths, and it'll apply and make your bridal show booth much more successful. So that's kind of a cool observation, a great article. Tamara's on the front, Tamara Sims, and she's talking about some things in life, the balance of business and life and different things, and giving some tips for that, which is really fabulous because that's a huge thing in my world and when I'm talking to people is having that balance. So that's really kind of cool. Brian Red is sharing a couple of things that he saw at NAMM. He was there also. A couple of things that were real standout for him in the DJ industry. So that's really kind of a cool article because if you didn't make it, he's got some stuff there for you. Mitch Taylor is getting into sales. Now, he's got a little bit more of it's not a fluff piece on sales. He's got some real gems in this article this month, and if you're wanting to really dig into it and really put some thought into your wedding sales specifically, it's a great article for you. Jake Palmer is talking a little bit about the times when you have a client and it's just not a good fit. And he's sharing some experience with that and giving you some guidelines with that of when it's time to pull the plug. Especially if you're a younger DJ, Jake's article is golden. You're going to really appreciate that if you're just getting into this because he's sharing lessons that a lot of us have learned the hard way over the years. So great stuff. Mike Zaz is talking about business books. He's got 5 books you need to read in 2014 if you're a business owner, which pretty much all of us are. Great article. He really gives you some nice insight into those books. And truthfully, after I was done, there's 5 more books I need to add to my reading list for this year. Ron Ruth is talking about presenting, being a speaker and presenter, and he's got some gold in his article. I mean, he's got good articles anyway. Don't get me wrong, because he's on page 6, which is a prime spot. But he's got some incredible insight, and he's interviewed some national speakers to get some tips on this. Wow, is that a great article. You're really going to love that. Let's see, we're getting Dean Carlson. Dean is talking about wedding performances and the evolution he's gone through in his performance to go from where he was to where he is and how that has made him more money today. Great article. Really, really enjoyed reading that one because we've all been there. And again, if you're a younger DJ, and if you can learn lessons from Jake and Dean and some of the others this time, you're going to really improve a lot quicker than some of us who took a few years. Jason Jones is sharing some thoughts on lighting. Jason and the guys were down in Australia. So he's sharing some things about his trip down there and specifically about lighting and how they use that at events. So that's kind of a cool read. Continuing on, Joe Bunn is talking, that old thought of, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Well, he's kind of doing a little bit of take on that, specifically when it comes to DJs and how you interact with other DJs. Some really neat thoughts in that and really neat ideas. I think you'll really like that one. Jeremy Breck is talking about setting goals, and he has a tool in there in his article he mentions and brings up that's really, I never thought about that, and it's actually being used by more people. I didn't realize how popular it was. So great article, especially if you're a person who needs to set a bar somewhere, and especially as we're starting the year, this is a good time to do it. So Jeremy's got a great article with that. Ed Spencer is up next, and in Ed's article this month, he's looking a little bit more at working with other vendors and when it's time to, for lack of a better way to describe it, pull the plug. He's sharing some thoughts and ideas and such of how that can affect your business in the long term. So some really neat thoughts coming from Ed on that article, and I think you'll really like that. Mike Lenstra looks at how dancing, we're, as DJs, that's a big part of us. And what's going on with dancing? Is that still as much or what have you? And he's done looking at some different things and comparing ideas. I think it's an interesting read. It's a great discussion starter for surely. Is it popular today as it was 10, 15, 20, 25 years ago? Matt Anderson, the referral authority, is talking about developing a referral habit in your life. He is the guy. If you want to learn about referrals, you need to read his information. But a referral habit was kind of an interesting read as you go through, and it's something I hadn't thought of before. But it's a good read. You need to take a look at that. Steve Moody is up next, and he's our connections guy. How to connect with different groups of people, how to do that. Well, this time Steve's sharing some insights from his trip to Disney. He's taking a page out of Ron Ruth's book, not quite, but he's sharing some insights and how that can work with your customer service. And I love the way he was able to develop the thoughts and bring that all together and really have something that you're sitting there thinking and evaluating. How is that with my company? And help you improve your company with that information. February issue also has the top 200 most requested wedding songs from 2013 by DJ Event Planner. DJ Event Planner, of course, has thousands of users and doing all these different things around with requested events, and they're able to compile all of that data. So the most requested songs at weddings. So if you have a DJ who's getting into weddings, or if you're just starting out yourself, literally this top 200 is probably some of the songs. Most of the songs you'll probably play at a wedding are in that top 200. So great list. Then we got, of course, the typical music charts that are out there that are in each issue. Top 30 music charts, which are from Prime Cuts. Then you got your top 30 from the different genres. Dave Windsor's up next. Dave is talking a little bit about the Las Vegas and doing some things, what have you. One of the cool things in his is there's a game in there. Dave's got a really cool game in that, and truthfully, that's a fun little game. I've actually been involved with that before. I literally forgot about it. That game alone, just reading that and incorporating that into some things in your corporate events and such, that's a moneymaker right there. Glenn McKay is talking about the entertainment experience. Jason and Bill Herman took that down to Australia, and how that all came together, and what the response from Australian DJs. That's always kind of a cool thing when you have something going abroad or across the ocean, like whatever, to a different part of the world. So it was kind of cool to get Glenn's take on that with that show. So next we have a new writer. We have Anna Carson. Anna was interviewing DJ Scribble. If you know who DJ Scribble is, well, you probably read some stuff. Well, she wanted to get some of the backstory. What started DJ Scribble? So she talked to him and has a really kind of a cool little interview about not the DJ Scribble, but the guy that started and became DJ Scribble. So great little article with that. We've got the top 30 clean songs in there, and the recurrents that are clean to play for high schools as we're getting ready to go into Valentine's dances and things. That's a great list to have, and you can, if you got the paper, you've got it. If not, you can print it if you've got the downloadable version. And finally, we end the paper with, of course, there's the joke. We always have the different spin joke that's in every issue. And then Harvey McKay wraps us up with the February 2014 issue, talking about creativity and how to unleash your creativity. Too many times, not that this was the article's going, but too many times in the DJ industry, you get into that kind of cookie cutter mode where we're basically, I do this and this and this and this. And guys like Dean Carlson and others have talked about being creative, thinking differently about things and how to use that creativity to make unique moments. And then, of course, those unique moments people get attached, then they love, and then they refer, and it just continues to build as you're pouring more of your creativity into your events. So Harvey's got a cool article about creativity and unleashing that I think you'll really like. So, but that's a February 2014 issue of the Disc Jockey News. And if you want to look at it online, American DJ has a free version you can check out. Go to discjockeynews.com, click on the e-edition, and you can go right to the free edition. You can read that online with your tablet or your cell phone or on your computer. And of course, if you want to be able to print that, you can do that online also. You just have to get the paid for edition, and you can get that. So print editions, of course, are always mailed out the first of the month. This is John Young with the Disc Jockey News, just giving you a little recap of the February 2014 Disc Jockey News.